I teach year 6 at a primary school in Brisbane. Last term, we had an American exchange student join us for 3 months. His mother arrived on the first day and stared at our uniform policy sheet like it was written in hieroglyphics. Where's the shirt options section? She asked. I pointed to the single polo design. Navy blue, school crest, done. No, I mean the approved brands list. The fabric content requirements, the vendor comparison chart. I blinked. It's just ... a navy polo. Any navy polo? She pulled out her phone and started typing frantically. In Atlanta, we have a 17-page uniform compliance guide. This can't be legal. Legal, she thought. Our uniform policy might violate laws. Her son started the next day wearing the correct uniform. She still emailed me a PDF titled Uniform Standardization. Concerns with footnotes. A colleague in Melbourne once had an American parent demand to know the school's active shooter drill schedule when told we don't have those. The parent asked to speak to whoever was in charge of safety compliance. That person was the principal. The principal said we have fire drills. The parent asked what they do for the real emergencies. After that first week, I knew this term would be memorable. And if you appreciate stories that go beneath culture shock cliches and actually decode what's really happening beneath the surface, this is the standard I hold every video to, so if that's your speed, you'll want to be here for the next one. The American mother appeared at my classroom door during lunch on day 3. Her son sat with his friends eating a Vegemite sandwich our class parent had kindly provided after he forgot his lunch. Excuse me, what is that? Vegemite, I said. I can see it's some kind of spread. Where's the nutrition label? The ingredient transparency documentation? I explained it was from another parent's home, not a packaged school lunch. Her voice went up an octave. You let random adults provide unlabeled food to children, without allergy protocols, without administrative oversight? We have allergy lists. His form said no allergies. That's not the point. In Georgia, we have certified lunch coordinators. We have vendor approval boards. We have nutrient density requirements and processed food limitations, and it's a sandwich, I said. She looked at me like I'd just admitted we serve cigarettes for morning tea. She pulled out her phone and photographed her son's lunch. Then she photographed 3 other children's lunches. Then she asked me to send her the weekly cafeteria menu for compliance review. We don't have a cafeteria, I said. Silence. Pure. Uncomprehending silence. Kids bring lunch from home. Every day. Every day. What if parents can't afford? We have programs for that. What if kids have dietary restrictions? Parents pack accordingly. What if there's contamination? Then we handle it. She stood there, phone still raised, trying to process a world where children ate food without an administrator's signature. Finally, she lowered her phone. I'm going to need documentation of your food safety policies. I gave her the school website address. She left. Her son happily finished his Vegemite sandwich and asked for seconds. My colleague in Sydney had an American father lose his mind over sports day. His daughter came home and mentioned the Again spoon race. He arrived the next morning, furious. You're having children run while carrying raw eggs? They're hard-boiled, my colleague said. It's not the point. What's the educational value? What metrics are being assessed? Where's the structured athletic curriculum? It's for fun. Fun. He said it like she'd spoken Mandarin. Sports should build competitive skills. Track times. Performance rankings. College prep. She's 9, my colleague said. He started listing youth sports programs in America. Travel teams. Showcase tournaments. Recruitment pipelines. He seemed genuinely confused why our school didn't have partnerships with professional athletic organizations. We just want them to enjoy moving around, my colleague said. He asked if he could hire a private coach to attend sports day with his daughter. My colleague said no. He asked if he could at least film it for performance analysis. My colleague said parents can take photos, but not for analysis purposes. He left muttering about wasted athletic potential. His daughter won the Again spoon race and was absolutely delighted. And This is exactly the kind of quiet cultural mismatch most people miss, but I track these patterns full time so you don't have to. If you want to actually understand why these moments happen, not just laugh at them, subscribing keeps this level of clarity in your feed. He spent the whole time timing her with his phone. The American mother emailed me at 11 p.m. on a Thursday. Subject line, urgent. Mathematical curriculum concerns. Her son had told her we were learning about maths in class. She wanted to know why we weren't teaching math. I read the email 3 times. Then I realized, maths is math, I wrote back. We just add an S in Australia, she replied. In 4 minutes. But what about the additional content implied by the plural form? Is this advanced mathematics? Should I be concerned about the difficulty level? His transcript needs to transfer back to US standards. I called her the next morning. Explained that maths and math are the same thing, just regional spelling differences. Like color and color. Wow. But why would you intentionally make it harder for international students? She asked. We're not making it harder. We're just spelling it how we spell it. Couldn't the school provide American spelling alternatives on worksheets? For clarity? That would confuse the Australian children. But there's only one American child. Exactly. Long pause. This seems unnecessarily rigid. Her son, meanwhile, had 0 issues with the word maths and had made friends with half the class. He'd started saying no worries and Arvo. She was less thrilled about that too. She'd asked me if there was a standard English preservation protocol for exchange students. I told her kids pick up slang. It's normal. She said it would complicate his reintegration. He told me later that he loved saying heaps good because it made his mom's eye twitch. Our school does swimming lessons in term 1, standard Australian thing. The American mother read the permission slip and appeared in the office within an hour. Where's the liability waiver? The office admin looked confused. You just signed the permission form. No, the legal liability documentation. The acknowledgement of risk. The medical emergency protocols. The instructor certification, verification. It's swimming lessons, the admin said. Exactly. Water-based activities are higher risk. I need to see proof of insurance, instructor credentials, emergency response certifications, facility safety inspections. The admin slid a single-page form across the desk. Sign here if he can go. Don't sign if he can't. The mother stared at this form like it was a napkin someone had scribbled on. This isn't legally sufficient. It's what we use. What if something happens? We have lifeguards and instructors. What if there's a lawsuit? Then there's a lawsuit. The admin smiled pleasantly. Will he be attending swimming lessons? The mother took the form home. She returned it the next day with 3 additional pages stapled to it. A personally drafted liability waiver, a medical information supplement, and a document titled Parental Concerns Regarding Aquatic Safety Protocols. All 3 pages had lines for signatures and dates. The admin filed it all and sent the kid to swimming. He had a great time. The mother never stopped bringing up her insufficient waiver concerns. A teacher in Perth told me about an American parent who discovered that school photos weren't mandatory. His mind melted. What do you mean they're optional? If you want photos, you buy them. If you don't, you don't. But how do you document the school year? Parents take photos at home? No, I mean official documentation. Yearbook requirements. Memory preservation mandates. We have a yearbook. It's optional too. He stared at her. Everything here is optional. Most things, yeah. What about for college applications? Students need official school photos for their portfolios. Do they? She'd never heard of this. Yes, it's standard in the US. You need professional photos showing school engagement. Extracurricular participation, leadership documentation. We just write them a reference letter. A letter. He sounded devastated. Just words, yeah. He asked if he could hire a photographer to follow his daughter around school for a day to build her educational portfolio. The school said no. He asked if he could at least get copies of all official school documents with her name on them. The school said they'd provide reports as normal. He left looking like someone had told, and gravity was optional too. The American mother discovered we don't have hall passes. This broke something fundamental in her understanding of institutional structures. Her son had asked to use the toilet during class. I said yes. He went. He came back. Normal. She emailed that night. What tracking system does the school use to monitor student movement during class time? Tracking system. I replied, for bathroom breaks, water fountain use, locker access, nurse visits. How do you track where students are? We ... know where they are. They're in class, unless they ask to leave. And when they ask to leave, they leave. Without documentation, they're going to the toilet, not filing taxes. She called the next day. In America, students sign out on a hall pass log. The pass shows the time, destination, duration, and teacher approval. This creates accountability. Accountability for what? For ensuring students aren't wandering halls unsupervised. They're not wandering. They're going to the toilet. But how do you know? Because they come back. Silence. The kind of silence that means someone is reconsidering every choice that led them to this moment. What if they don't come back? She finally asked. Then I go find them. Without a tracking log? I teach 11-year-olds, not federal prisoners. She made a sound somewhere between a laugh and a cry. This is insane. Her son continued going to the toilet without signing a form. He adjusted fine. She never stopped bringing it up at pickup, though. Just roaming around freely, she'd mutter, shaking her head. The final week of term, we had our school assembly. Parents were invited. The American mother sat in the front row, phone ready. The principal announced awards: academic achievement, citizenship, improvement, kindness. Standard stuff. Each kid got a certificate and a handshake. Parents clapped. Nice moment. Afterward, the American mother approached the principal. Where's the ranking system? Sorry. The awards. Where's the top 3? The winner? The performance metrics? Those were the winners, the principal said. Everyone who got an award. But who got first place? It's not a competition. Her face did something complicated. Awards are by definition competitive. That's how achievement recognition works. We recognize different types of achievement. Someone has to be the best. That's how you motivate excellence. The principal smiled. We motivate excellence by celebrating it in all its forms. The mother opened her mouth, closed it, opened it again. I don't understand your educational philosophy. That's all right, the principal said kindly. The American student came over, clutching his citizenship award. Ma'am, look, I got one. She looked at the certificate. At her son's delighted face, at the principal's calm smile. Congratulations, sweetheart, she said finally. He ran off to show his friends. She stood there, still holding her phone, still looking confused. He's done really well this term, I told her. You should be proud. I am, she said. And she meant it. Even if she still didn't understand why we didn't rank the kids, the exchange program ended. The American family went home. The mother thanked me for managing her son despite the administrative irregularities. The son cried, saying goodbye to his friends, and made everyone promise to add him on whatever social media platform 11-year-olds use now. 6 months later, I got an email from her. She'd enrolled her son in a public school back in Georgia. She'd attended the first parent meeting. They spent 45 minutes explaining the hall pass system, she wrote. I thought about Brisbane and laughed out loud. People stared. Sometimes culture shock works both ways, and sometimes the system that seems crazy is the one you've always known.